We are live, so I'll be waiting for all of you to join me. Hopefully, we're going to have more people today so you guys can ask me questions, and I'll be happy to talk to you live. So we are here together. My name is Ksenia Pro, and I'm here to teach you how to be better photographers and better business owners so we can all grow as the whole industry of photographers. Hi, everybody who's joining. With Love by Neja, you're here. So great to see you. So we'll wait for a few more people to join before we jump into today's content. So this live series of Coffee with Ksenia was created so that we can educate more photographers, so more photographers do better with their businesses, but also they get more educated and more empowered so they can actually grow their businesses and have an impact on their clients and maybe other photographers as well. So this is the whole big idea, so we can have not only better photographers, but better served clients. So we as the industry grow together and there's more respect for professional photographers. And I know you're sure that sometimes you get mad at your own clients because they just don't realize how much work it is to actually produce the images that you create for them. Okay. So, again, let's get started. Hi, photographers. I'm here. Welcome to another Coffee with Ksenia. Like I said, it's a live series of live videos where we're going to be teaching you the strategies, how you can start making 5K a month or more as a photographer and get fully booked. My name is Ksenia Pro. I'm a photography educator. And today we're going to be talking about how to use your portfolio strategy to book more clients. Okay. Because portfolio is one of the strongest tools that you can use in your business. And oftentimes there's a misconception or a misunderstanding of what a portfolio is, how to use it. So today we're going to talk all about that. Also, we're going to be talking about how the right portfolio and the right strategy behind creating a strong portfolio can help you book better clients, not necessarily more clients in terms of the quantity, but we're looking for your dream clients first of all, okay? And that's how you're going to filter out all those, inquiries or all that traffic that's coming in, people that see your images on your website. You don't want to work with every single one of them, probably. We're going to be looking for your dream clients because that's the better strategy. Is just going to be going to give you a better outcome. Okay, so today, even though we're talking about the portfolio, I'm not going to be telling you exactly how to go and shoot and what to shoot for your portfolio, because that's going to depend on your experience level, your access to resources, and what type of niche you're trying to be in. And there's just like so many variables. So today we're going to talk about overall strategies that's going to work for everybody. It doesn't matter if you're pet photographer or wedding photographer. Those like basic kind of like rules will work for everybody. Okay. So hi everybody who's joining me today. So great to see you on Instagram, on YouTube. Love that you guys coming to see me live. If you have any questions, let's leave them to the last. And also, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to, or watching the recording, for example, make sure to follow me on Instagram at Ksenia Pro Photo and at Ksenia Pro Education. The second account is actually specifically for photographers, where we can upload, my team is uploading a lot of content, so we can kind of like keep educating you, keep motivating you to be better photographers and better business owners. Okay. And today, like I said, we're talking about portfolio building strategies to book more clients. So let's talk about why would you need a stronger portfolio. I feel like it's a no-brainer, but still, let's just talk through some of the things you may not have thought about. So having a strong portfolio that targets the right type of client, first of all, it's one of the tools that will allow you to book clients and to attract clients who will initially become, some of them will become, your paying clients, your bookings on autopilot while you're sleeping, because people are searching for your services any minute of the day. They can come in the middle of the night and check out your website and your Instagram and make a decision that you're the right photographer for them. How? One of the strongest tools is your portfolio and just the images that you show. So this way, by creating a stronger portfolio and attracting those people on autopilot, just by producing that visual content that they're looking for, that visual pretty picture, you will be actually able to start making at least 5K a month or more or get fully booked eventually, as long as you do, because portfolio is just one of the tools that you're using, right? I'm not saying that everybody who has beautiful pictures has a ton of clients. That's not true. And a lot of photographers are struggling. That's why maybe some of you are here, because you feel like you're a great photographer, but where are the clients? So to make sure that your portfolio is seen, there's this, another area that you need to be working with, which is called marketing usually. But today we're focusing on the portfolio and the strategies behind it, how to build it and how to target it to your ideal client. Also, having a strong, beautiful portfolio should reflect what you personally want to shoot, what type of genre you want to shoot, so your niche, and also reflect your style, so more and more people are attracted to exactly what you like to do. Okay, so that's why when building a portfolio, I always say, yes, listen to the people, what they're looking to do, but also kind of create your original work, or just create something that you just love doing, because chances are there are those people somewhere, like, who could be your potential clients, who are looking for someone like you and they like the same things that you like, but they couldn't find anybody who would do those things, especially if you like somewhat different from everybody else in the area. So don't try to copycat somebody else. Instead, do the things that you think look beautiful and that you think are worth doing in terms of professional photography. And also through your portfolio, you'll be able to show how you see the world in terms of like the visuals, the colors, the poses, just the way you do composition and all of that. And again, that's the type of thing that will attract the clients who have the same type of style or vision, or who appreciate what you like in terms of the visuals. Okay. And like I said, the right portfolio, if you include the right images in your portfolio, this is the instrument to attract your dream clients and more of the dream clients versus just anybody who's looking for a photographer. Okay. So that's the biggest goal, because you can get a ton of inquiries if you do your marketing right, or if your price is on a lower end, you will get like a lot of inquiries and a lot of bookings, maybe even. But not everybody will be, your perfect client who would bring you more of the same type of clients. And I know I've been talking about it in some of my past lives as well. Every photographer at some point, especially if you're doing it for a while, you already should have an understanding, who do you want to work with and what is your ideal client in terms of what they want, what they like, how do you communicate with them and all of that. So there's like a set of kind of like green flags, like, yes, I'm so excited about working with this person. So see who was your client recently, maybe, who made you feel this way, and try to analyze why did you like working with them and what they actually looking for, so what they were asking. So that's going to be like your idea of your dream client. And portfolio is one of the tools, one of the strongest tools, because basically what we're selling here is pictures, right? Pictures and experience that comes along, but people don't see the experience, because this is something you need just to feel, where you can kind of like show it through your marketing if you do it smart. But the first thing that they see and how they get attracted to you is your work, and that's your portfolio. Also, the right portfolio and the strong portfolio should make you feel really proud, okay, by showing, how you feel when you're getting very excited once you did a photo shoot that you never thought you can actually do right. And it just all worked out, and you feel really excited to share those images, and you feel really proud that you are the photographer behind those images, right? Anybody probably felt that way at some point. Doesn't mean if a year from now you feel like, oh my God, how could I even photograph something like that? Like, that's not even close to what I'm doing right now. It doesn't matter in the moment, because your portfolio has the lifespan. We're going to talk about it in a second, but like right this moment, what is the best reflection of what you can do for your clients, and what's the style of your work, and what kind of services you offer. Okay, so it has to reflect that, and it has to make you feel proud, accomplished, and also that helps you to see your self-value, because you know how you feel, oh my God, I did this, this looks so amazing. And once you have more confidence in your skills, in your talent, the more small little wins you have, and it comes to your work, to your portfolio as well, the more confident you are that you can actually charge what you deserve or charge more than you've been charging before. So you can, that's one of the biggest kind of hurdles that you need to overcome in order to like actually finally change your prices and like charge more, charge what makes sense financially for you as well. And that's gonna make you easier to start making 5K a month or more as a photographer, get fully booked as well, because you would need less clients to get to the same, income level per month, for example, if you raise your prices. But we're not going to go too deep into the details on that. But this is just, again, like the portfolio just has so many different powerful outcomes that sometimes they're not visible as much, but it's just the inner work that matters as well, because everything comes from the inside. And I've been saying that before, and I'll be saying it many more times because I've lived through this experience myself. Once you find the self-worth and the confidence in what you do, and actually trust and believe yourself and your skills, everything changes for you. So I want this for everybody. But again, there's should be like self-confidence that has to be reasonable enough. So I don't want you to be just like going, like if you just started doing photography 3 months ago and they're like, oh, I know everything, like I'm doing pretty well. You have to have some that inner critic still, but just I want you to still find that balance in between the critiquing your work to the point that, I don't want to do this anymore because I suck. Like that's not going to help you as well. But find that, beautiful place. So once you get more experienced, you will get to the point where you just need someone or something that will show you how good you actually are at what you do and make you believe in your skills and your abilities, so that you can actually do more and serve more and better to your clients. Okay, so we went a little bit off topic. Okay. Ask me anytime about anything like this. I can talk for hours. So let's talk about like what is actually a portfolio. So portfolio, it's a word that used to, back in the day, I feel like portfolio is still associated with some kind of like a book of your portfolio or something. Obviously now everything is digital. A lot of things are online. So your portfolio, it's not like a magical, catalog of your images or anything like that. Today, a modern photographer, like contemporary photographer, portfolio is actually like a living, breathing organism, because like I said, today your portfolio looks this way. Even like a month or 3 months from now, it could look completely different. Especially now, your portfolio is basically your images that you show online so that anybody can find them. Once people see your work, no matter where they see it, on your website, on your social media, this is kind of like your portfolio to them in their eyes, because this is the representation of your work. This is what a portfolio is. That's why I keep telling everybody, post only your best stuff. You don't have to show everything unless you ask. For example, some of the wedding clients would ask you to show them like a sample wedding gallery so they can see like what you can do for the full day. However, your portfolio has to reflect like the, I don't know, 1 to 5% of your best images ever. And if you're, like I said, because it's changing so much, especially on social media, if you're posting a couple times a week, your feed will be moving. So you're constantly adding new content. It's like a part of your portfolio. And what people see first is the recent content, right? The same thing on your website. You may be updating your images, which you should be doing once in a while. So again, like that's kind of like ever changing. So your portfolio in the moment is what you have, that what you're showing to your clients, that will help them make the decision whether to book or not book with you. Okay, so that's what it is, and it's always changing. So that's why it's kind of tricky in a way. And also, you need to understand, and you probably already know that, or you've experienced it yourself. Human beings, they tend to buy easier. They want to buy the things that they see. Especially a lot of clients, photography clients, who are not as creative as we are, it's hard for them to envision some things that have not been created before. That's why, you might be getting a lot of inquiries of recreating the same image over and over again. I don't know how many times people were sending me exactly the same picture and asking me to recreate it. Okay. So that helps kind of like to communicate the idea, yes, but at the same time, they're just asking us to recreate the same images because they didn't see anything different or better or something that they wanted. So that's why I always encourage people, photographers, to create original body of work. You can use other people's ideas, yes, but try to like tweak it a little bit so it's just a little bit different if you can. Sometimes, a client would ask to replicate it, and like that's what we have to do. But I always talk to my clients and ask them if they want to do something like a little bit more custom created for them. So also, the more of the same type of images you show on your portfolio, the higher chances they're going to sell that type of picture, because people, first of all, the more you see something, or hear about something, that's how like ads work, right? If you feel like you've seen, some type of information more than 3 times, you like, first time you ignore it, second time you like, oh, I've seen it before, third time, okay, I definitely have seen it before, let me check it out. So that's how it works again with like the image ideas and inspiration, especially now on social media. If people start post, or like if you post certain type of style of the image, and people see it over and over again, or they see your name under the images they actually like, they get curious, so they go check it out. So the more of the same thing you post, and I'm not saying the same exact picture or pictures from the same exact client, but if, for example, you have like a signature pose that you do, or there's like an outfit that you provide for your sessions, or I don't know, there could be something like just like the way you set up the lighting or something. There's something that visual that you designed, right? And you keep recreating it with different clients. They wear different color dresses, but technically the picture is kind of the same. The pose is the same, like the idea. And people start seeing that over and over again. And they feel like, first of all, like the more you see things, you kind of get used, like this is normal for people to do. That's why like maternity photography is getting so much more popular, just because there's so much content around it now. And people getting like, especially if you're pregnant, right? If you're a woman who's expecting a baby, you go and you start searching like pregnancy, all of this, and you start seeing those beautiful pictures of expecting moms in different, fancy outfits and different types of setups. So you get excited and you keep like watching them over and over again, different resources, and the internet will start suggesting you images as well. So that's how they kind of like keep your curiosity going. So once you've seen enough, you feel like this is something that you kind of have to do, or you want to do, just because, you kind of convinced that this is what people are doing now. And it's also fun too. So I'm not saying that's the wrong thing to like make people want something. But again, when we come back to the portfolio, right? The more you post of the similar like cohesive images, and it doesn't have to be exactly the same pose, I was just like trying to make you understand, but it could be like similar type of style, similar type of outfits, and just like the feel. So that's how your portfolio should look like anyways. It has to be cohesive. People get attracted to that and they get interested, and they start wanting the same thing for themselves. So they would reach out to you requesting maybe like a certain image from your own Instagram account, not just like some picture from the Pinterest. But a lot of my clients actually refer to my own images, and they screenshot my Instagram and they ask me like, I would like to do something like that. And they ask if they have the outfit, if I have the outfit and all of that. So if you guys want to learn more about like portfolio strategies and all of the different tools that help me actually build my business, and if you want to know more how to start making at least 5K a month or more and get fully booked as a photographer, I have a very special invitation for you, because it's going to be next week already. So March 10th at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, We're going to have a special event, so it's going to be live just like here, but it's going to be like a little bit more structured, and I'm going to deliver a lot of information. So make sure to come live because the replay will not be available forever. So that's going to be more like I want everybody to come live and ask me questions so we can have more of a conversation. And the theme, like the name of the event, is like my secret to successful photography business. I'm going to share all of my tools and techniques that I've used that have worked for me over the past 6 years of being a full-time photographer. So going back to the portfolio. So if all your client needs is to kind of like to spark their curiosity or to evoke that emotion, because photography is more like emotional buy, right? So like booking a session, it's more like it's connected with the emotions more than the reason, right? So your images need to spark emotion. And it could be, and I'm not saying like you need to post dramatic work like that, just like, the to evoke that reaction, but it could be a good type of emotion. For example, ooh, I want to look like this. Ooh, I want a picture like this. I want to be in that picture. So that's what we're trying to like evoke from our clients. So that's why technically all you need to show, like to for your clients to be seen, is one or two very strong images that really speak to them, that they can imagine themselves being in the picture, and they actually start wanting that thing. Because once it pops in their feed on social media, or they see it somehow on your website and they're like, ooh, that's exactly what I've been looking for. This is the type of photographer I want to work with. Let me learn more. So that's what portfolio has to do for you, because portfolio basically is your storefront of your, now it's all digital, so you don't actually have a store, right? But just digitally, even digital is like, imagine it's like a storefront of your shop. So people have to see what's in the window. What are you selling actually? So they get curious to step inside and look at the prices and learn more how to actually work with you. So this is the analogy. So make sure that you have at least a few very strong images in the portfolio that's going to bring you those clients. So like I said, photography is an emotional buy. So oftentimes people don't really need portrait photography, right? This is something they want. That's why we need to sell kind of like a dream in a way. Like, so you imagine you'll be this beautiful dress and the light's gonna fall this way and you have this beautiful makeup and hair done and you look so angelic in this light. So all these type of emotions, they're positive emotions, so that they move them to actually book a session for themselves. Okay. Also, when you're building your portfolio, you need to be somewhat different from what everybody else is doing in your area, at least. You can do some similar things to some other photographer in a different state, even within your area, but not too close to you. Maybe it's okay to do like similar things. You're still gonna, like, each of you, even if you're working in the same genre, I'm sure you're gonna be doing things differently. Like, there's no way you can be producing the exact same type of images. It's just not possible. And the exact same type of experience as well, which is a big part of what we do. But however, look at your local community of photographers, see what everybody else is doing in terms of how their work looks, and see how you could be different. I'm not saying change your style completely or try to come up with a clever way of using some kind of presets and like editing and colors, but see how, maybe pick a niche that's going to be different, or maybe pick a style within that niche that not everybody else is doing. So for example, I'm known for maternity photography, and that's kind of my specialty now. And when I first started, there's still a lot of photographers who do just, maternity in more like a casual, natural way, if you will. So they will do some pictures outside, some of them maybe indoors, but they like a little bit more lifestyle, something a little bit more dressy outside. But I haven't seen anybody who would do like really like fashion forward maternity images, and also be very skilled at what they're doing. So some people attempt to do similar things, but it just doesn't come out exact the way what I'm doing, for example. I'm not saying I'm better than them. I'm just maybe a little bit more experienced, or I just have a different vision. And also when you're trying to copycat somebody, even if you're trying to like get into a certain style, you're not going to be exactly like that other person, because it takes time to figure it out. And I'm sure you'll bring your own element of your creativity in the way you do it. Even like I do work a lot with like tossing the fabrics and all of that. And I see other people do that as well. But I feel like everybody's still a little different. The way you work with the light and the way you toss the fabric and all of that. There's like so many moving elements. So come up with a set of your kind of like tools and techniques that you use to design a picture, from like styling to posing to lighting, to editing, because the combination of those tools and techniques will create something different, something unique. And that's exactly what we want, because the worst thing that you can do for yourself is just blend with everybody else, because at that point, if you look exactly like somebody else, when a client's shopping for your services, right, they like, I feel like these guys look exactly the same, so I don't really care who's going to do my pictures. Let's see who's cheaper. And at that time, it's probably all comes down to the price and convenience. So there's no question of who's a better photographer in terms of the skill set and the creativity behind it. So, all right. Again, off topic, but also with your portfolio, I want you to target your ideal client. We already kind of like talked about it so many times. Again, we're creating the portfolio that's going to represent the niche that you're serving in, and also the people who you want to work with. So your ideal client needs to see themselves in your images, and like imagine that they're going to be doing a photo shoot with them. So make sure to create the images, the visuals that will be attractive for those people who you want to work with. And it all comes down to, again, like, who do I want to work with? And again, that sometimes it's a process. I'm not saying you have to know right away, especially if you just started doing photography a few months or like a year ago. You're still figuring out like, the tech and like how on earth do I do business in photography and how it all works. But eventually you have to come to a place, if you're doing photography more professional, more like as a business versus just a fun side gig, then you need to start thinking about those things, like how to build beautiful brand, and how to actually, what kind of people I want to connect with, and what kind of clients do I want to serve. So it all comes down to this. Okay. So also, the way we're building portfolio, some of your portfolio work will be from paying clients, right? So you can still use the images, especially if you're very busy as a photographer. Sometimes there's no time to schedule some like styled shoots or like free collaborations just for your portfolio. So you can definitely use the images from your clients that you have. So when you're working with your paying clients, you can use the tools and like communication, conversation to navigate them to do the style that you actually will be interested in. Okay. Especially if you offer, for example, multiple outfit choices, outfit changes during the session. It could be a compromise almost. So some of the outfits will do what they want, and maybe a couple that a little bit outside of the box, or something that you missing in your portfolio for, or like some kind of styles. So that could be a compromise, but again, get your clients excited. Or now I have clients who would actually come and ask me, okay, I don't know what to do. Is there something that you wanted to try? I'm willing to experiment with you. And those clients, the most fun to work with, because I get to actually, because I have like a list of ideas I want to try, for example, but I have to wait for the right person to try it with. So that's how you need to talk to people, and by offering them something outside of the box, don't feel like they're going to be against it, because a lot of people, they just don't know what they don't know. They don't know what you can actually do, what you can offer to them. So a lot of people would actually see it more as an expert if you try to help them style their session in a different, unique way. Okay. And part of your portfolio, and especially in the beginning, it's going to consist mostly of like unpaid, low paid, free kind of collaborations, portfolio work, and this is the most fun times I feel like as a photographer, because you have more creative control and you also kind of like doing exactly the things that you're really excited about. And this is the best time to figure out what you want to do in terms of portfolio, like what's your portfolio going to look like, because the work that you're creating now, that's going to bring your clients 1, 3, 6, 12 months from now. So make sure to kind of like really plan for that and get clarity on who do you want to work with and what do you need to show to people to actually book them. Okay. So if you think about portfolio building strategy, it's like the blueprint of building a house, for example, because before you build the house and add all the little touches and decor and the roof and everything, you need to have bare bones. And depending on how the structure of the house is, it will affect the outside as well. So your portfolio is what you're going to be using to structure your business, because your portfolio will reflect what type of services you provide, right? And that's going to attract the people who are looking for those services. For example, you could build a portfolio that you have more images of, I don't know, babies. So obviously people who go to your page, to your website or your social media, and they need professional headshots and they see only babies, they may not even contact you because like, that's not the right photographer for me. You may be amazing at headshots, but if you don't show that on your portfolio, people will never know. Okay. So that's why I'm saying, like, make sure that your portfolio reflects the things that you're doing the best and that you're offering. And we already talked about niching down last time, so you can watch recordings of my past lives. But ideally, I don't want your portfolio to be all over the place either. So you have to kind of like focus at some of the niches that you want to work with that makes sense for you. And that's going to give you better results usually. Why? Watch my other videos, okay? Because when you niche down, you can actually get the results faster because you're focusing on your ideal clients, and you'll be able to start making at least 5K a month or more and get fully booked even faster versus when you offer everything under the sun and dabble a little bit everywhere. Okay. So if this video was helpful for you guys, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're watching on YouTube. Make sure to give me a thumbs up under this video so more people can see it and they find it and they can get help, because again, like, I'm here, my name is Ksenia Pro, I'm a photography educator, and I'm helping you learn the strategies on how to make at least 5K a month or more as a photographer and get fully booked. And also, I'm here to educate you and to help you become a better photographer and a better business owner, so we all can grow as the industry and raise the respect for professional photographers and kind of like raise the plank a little bit as well of what is considered to be professional photography. Okay, so now I'll take questions. Let me see, there was something, some questions on Instagram. So you guys, I'll be here for another 10 minutes because I have a client actually in 30 minutes. So hurry up with your questions, please, pretty please. Okay, so Jennifer is asking, expert setting for the client to be able to do both prints and post on social media. Okay, well, so the pictures that my clients buy from me, I send them in high resolution. So these are like the largest files. Very rarely people will ask me to resize them to fit on social media. Honestly, like, I'm not even worried about it. If they need to, the clients, if they need to, they can resize them, or you can just post like a high res picture. I actually do it all the time because Instagram will compress it for you. Some people saying that it's, the quality is lower, but I haven't experienced it myself. So if a client reaches, and it happened to me a couple of times. So sometimes a client would take the file that I send them in high res, because this is like the original, it's fully retouched and everything. But they would say, hey, when I upload it to Instagram, it looks very weird. It looks kind of like a little bit fuzzy. So what can I do? And then in that case, I resize it for them. So Instagram size is, I think it's 2000 by 2000 pixels at 72 dpi. You can just Google it. It's like a common knowledge, and that's the size that you need to give them. Or I think it's at least 2000 and maybe like 2500. I can't remember exactly, but if you Google it, size of like Instagram image. So that's what I did for a couple of my clients. I had to resize images because when you resize it to the actual size, instead of compressing the file, it shows the file at 100%. As long as you have tech sharp quality of your image, so everything is like sharp, the focus is on point, then it should look great on Instagram. Okay. So any other questions? Let me see. Everybody's so silent today. Are you guys even here? Okay. If you hear, send me something in the comment. Just say hi at least, because I feel like I'm talking to a screen right now and there's like no movement there. Was it useful? Like, do you have any questions about portfolio building? And thank you, Jennifer says, you're welcome. Hope that was helpful. Okay, let me know in the chat, especially there's more people on YouTube now. So we're taking questions. If you're just joining, so Elinkaik, I don't know how to say it, says, I came late. This live will stay saved in the channel. Yes, it's going to be saved so you can see it in the recording. If you're watching it, a recording of it, make sure to comment under the video, give me thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm answering any of the questions on the comments myself, and also make sure so that we can show YouTube that this content is actually useful and helpful to you if you think so, so that more people can find it. Hi, it's Sophie them. Okay, so I don't know how to say your names, you guys, but I'm here. Okay, I'm here as well. Great to see you. Okay, and also make sure if you're watching the recording, make sure to follow me on Instagram at Ksenia Pro Education. This is the dedicated Instagram account where we post all of that educational information for photographers. I ask questions. You can communicate with me through my stories or in the DMs, and this is where we post all of the announcement about those type of lives and any other content. Okay, thank you. I love your channel. Greetings from Mexico City. Love it. Thank you so much. Okay, so I have more questions here. What do you talk about organizing photos on your computer and hard drive? I'm not going to be talking about it today, but if that's the question. So, by the way, if you have any ideas or questions for those lives, because I have like a series of lives, right? We're going to be going live on Tuesdays and Thursdays on my YouTube channel, on my Instagram. Feel free to submit your questions on my Instagram account, Ksenia Pro Education. If you want me to talk about a certain topic or you have a question that's kind of like a little bit more broad, so I can talk to like a lot of people will be interested about it, I'll be happy to tell you to talk about it. So organizing photos on your computer or hard drive. Well, I can tell you right now. So I just have a catalog. I would have a folder with the year, so 2022, for example, and I'm creating a folders with the name of each client. So, for example, it will be like Jane Smith maternity, February 2022. Inside that folder, I have all of the images from the session. Then I later use to cull, so I delete all of the duplicates or like any like kind of like weird pictures that just they go straight to trash. And then inside that folder, I also have subfolders with proofs, the pictures that I show to a client, and with ordered and like retouched images. So it's going to be like subfolders. So that's how my system works. I don't know if it's right or wrong. It works for me. You can create your own kind of like system of names and flags and like how the structure that you have, but you do have to have a structure. Otherwise, it gets confusing. Do you have other social networks? Yes. So if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to follow me on Instagram. So I'm mostly on Instagram and YouTube. There is a Facebook page, but I'm not very active there, to be honest. So it's mostly Instagram at Ksenia Pro Education. This is where you can find more of the educational stuff. And I also have my main account. It's Ksenia Pro Photo. This is more of my portfolio type of account for clients, but you can follow me there just to see what's going on, and I post a little bit more about my just like life and what's going on in the studio and some of my work as well. So, yep. Okay, let's see. I can wait for March 10 in the live class next week. I don't think on March 10 we'll be talking about those things like organizing your files, because it's not like the secret to successful photography business. Like, this is a little bit more technical than that. We're going to be more strategic during the live event. But if you have those questions, like, I'm happy to just help you if you have. Hi, everybody who's sending me messages. Love it. Melanie's here. Perfect. How many images you give per package? So I have right now, I mean, there's no right or wrong. For me personally, I have packages of 10, 20, and 30 images, and there's an option to go in between. For example, if they want to order 15 images, so they book a package of 10 plus the 5 extra I sell for an additional charge per image. But the way it's designed, if you buy more than 5 additional images, it almost doesn't make sense to buy per picture, so it's easier for them to upgrade. Okay. Okay. D Carter Photography says YouTube channel is great. Awesome. Love it. This is my friend Damien, and he's here watching this live. Love it. Okay. Do you guys have any more questions? The other thing that I've been asked on my Instagram account just lately to do a review, like a portfolio review or Instagram account review. Who will be interested in me doing those type of reviews on a regular basis? Okay, so let me know if you want me to like look at your either portfolio. And I'm not saying I'm going to be looking through 100 pictures of yours. Portfolio has to be very concise, right? So it has to be just, a few images. So send me a comment here right now. Send me a message. If you're watching a replay, and if you're watching to the very end, congratulations, bravo to you. Comment under the video, hey, I want a portfolio review, because I'll organize some type of element to those lives so they can include portfolio review block or section into the live, and we can do maybe one person at a time. Okay, me. Okay, awesome. I'm Kiska says me. Okay, me, Melanie. Okay, love it. All right, so let me take a few more questions. Do you over deliver on your images? You mean, do I send more images that they paid for? No. Do I over deliver in terms of I shoot more poses and more variety, so it's easier for me to upsell the images if the people are ready to buy more? That I kind of over deliver in terms of the way I shoot, but no, I don't give it. I mean, sometimes I would give them maybe one picture as a gift if I really see that they loved it, but they really I'm not going to buy it, and it's like one of the strongest images, I would gift it, but like once in a while. Like I don't send more images that they paid for. No. Okay. So 829 images says, I'm struggling with prices for prints. How many prints should I give? Does it change depending on packages? So the way you design it, you have to focus on your profit. There's no, like, I cannot tell you the exact answer. You have to see how much you're charging. You have to see at the cost of your prints. You have to see if it makes sense for you to include the prints and how much time you actually spend either ordering or creating those prints, or like packing or whatever, because I do offer prints, but I kind of hate the logistics behind printing the prints, right? And working with the labs, because a lot of labs sometimes they make mistakes, or they send the prints that are damaged, so you have to reorder, and it just takes time. It's not so much about the money sometimes, it's just the time managing it all. So make sure that it makes sense for you to include the prints. Prints are beautiful, have nothing wrong about it, but it has, like, the price has to reflect all the trouble that you're going through by offering them. And also, prints is more of a product, so just see it's different from pricing your services. Even though print is like for photographers, that's why we're having so much trouble kind of like figuring out the prices, is because what we sell, it's a combination of service and product. So technically, digital photograph could be considered a product. However, the actual photo shoot is a service. So there's always a lot of confusion. And also because a digital file, for example, technically it's worth nothing, right? Because it's not like you can't touch it, and it's just like a virtual type of thing. However, it's worth so much more than we can even imagine. So that's why there's a lot of confusion about pricing. So see what makes for you in terms of the package, to see how much you're charging, for example, now, and how much of the costs you can actually afford to still be profitable, something that still makes sense to you. Okay. Okay, let me see. There's other questions. Would you charge your clients for the pictures to build your portfolio? Um, I mean, I at this point my portfolio consists 99% of the pictures that it's from paid photo shoots from clients. So at this point, I can offer, just a different type of, so it's like a portfolio picture, but I do it with a paying client. So it's like, yes, no, depending where you are right now. If you don't have any experience and you want to charge for the things that you've never done before, I mean, does your conscience allow you to do that? If it does, charge for your work. I wouldn't stop you from doing this. It's like everybody's choice. However, at some point you will be just more comfortable charging for things, even if you haven't tried it before. You can experiment. So the way I design my sessions most of the time, I do all the safe things first just to make sure we got something, and then if I wanted to try something a little bit different, like a little bit different, right, not a lot different, I would include it to the end, and I make sure the client knows what we're doing, or something like super duper creative. And like sometimes I would even tell them, hey, I wanted to try this thing, but I actually never done this before. I'm very honest with them. I don't know if it's going to work, but even if it doesn't, we're just going to have fun trying it, because we already have a set of pictures that's going to be, this is exactly what you booked me for. So we already have a set of images that are very strong. We're just going to try something a little bit different. So yes. Portfolio review, please. Okay, perfect. So I'll let you know how we're going to include that into the lives, because that would be a really cool thing to do. All right, so let me take one last question if anybody has anything, because I have to let you go. I kind of have a shoot in 10 minutes and I still have to set up for this. Do you offer discount to friends and or family in general for photo shoot? Yes, but at some point they stopped booking me because I got a little bit too expensive for them. Even with the discount, it just doesn't make sense. And honestly, for me, like, I don't have a lot of time to like offer free or like heavily discounted sessions. I did it a lot in the past, so I would offer like friends and family rates, but just make sure that it's still, I mean, I'm always for building relationship first and then making profit second. So your friends and family's relationship, that you need to build, and it could be like work beneficial as well, because they all have other friends and other family, right? Could be your potential clients. However, make sure that it still makes sense for you. If there's something you don't want to do, just don't do it. Or something like you feel like you don't have the time or resources to do, just be honest, say, hey, I know I would love to help you, but I'm so like overwhelmed this month. I'm so busy. I can't even, like, I wouldn't be able, to take your session, but here's an amazing photographer. They're going to do, great work for you. So, but yeah, I've been doing a lot of discounted or free sessions for my for my friends or family. And however, I used a lot of friends and family for my portfolio building. So even though it was kind of like unpaid, there was a motive for me to do something different with them, because I was more comfortable experimenting with people and they trusted me more as well. So it kind of goes both ways. So just see what makes sense for you. Okay. Please, can you do how to use flashlights and triggers in depth? Well, not today. Not today. I wouldn't be able to do that. And actually, I have like inside my course, I go like all about, like, I teach you how to use the trigger, how to connect it, how to control the light, and the different lighting setups that I use in the studio and on location a lot. The way I use the flash and the strobes. So that's what I teach inside my course. It's called Luxury Maturing Photography Academy, and we're going to be starting enrollment in a couple weeks as well. So if you do want to learn more about this, that would be like a good resource for you. Okay, triggers and depth of a video. Okay, so anything else, you guys? So again, like, any suggestions on like the topics that you want to learn from me or anything like that, please, send me a message on Instagram at Ksenia Pro education. This is the Instagram for photographers. There I post a lot of content on how to actually become better photographer, better business owner, so you can start making at least 5K a month or more as a photographer and get fully booked, so you don't have to worry about where to get the clients and where the next bill is going to be coming from. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching me and listening to what I have to say. If you're watching in replay, make sure to leave me a comment under the video, give me a thumbs up on YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. There's tons of useful content there. And I want to make sure that a lot of photographers actually get the education that they need. So it was a pleasure. Again, my name is Ksenia Pro. I'm here to help you. I'm a photography educator, and I'll see you next time. We're going to go live on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Watch out my announcements on Instagram at Ksenia Pro Education to know the exact time, but it's usually like around this time in the afternoon. All right. Thanks so much. Yep, absolutely. Thank you guys. See you in the next one. Bye.